Okay, it's been over a year now since I've started this channel, and I had a chance to look at some of the feedback, and I had a chance to look at some of the people who chose to follow me. And I came across an interesting observation. First of all, I'd like to thank you very much for your support, because you didn't have to support me. You don't know me from a can of Sherwin-Williams paint, but for some reason my messages are resonating with you, and I'm simply speaking from my own experience. I'm not going to take any type of viewpoints of anything I was not privy to or have not experienced, and I'm just doing it in hopes to help someone who's gone through it. So I thank you for your support. However, there are some people from my past who, unlikely people, who have decided to follow me. And, it's a bit perplexing, so I had to go to Spirit and ask why. Because these people, and you know who you are, they've had nothing but malicious intent for me from jump. I mean, we're talking about years. And one or two of them is still standing in this false truth of what they think is right. And they're still projecting this image as being wronged by me or the victim. I've always said before that if you have a situation going on between two people, the circumstances regarding a certain act is not 100% the other person's fault. It could be a simple lapse in judgment on the other person's fault. It could be them allowing certain type of behaviors to go unmonitored. It could be them not taking care of responsibilities on their end. It could be something like that. And sometimes that person will go into the mode of focusing so much on what was done to them wrong that they're going to automatically place themselves in this light that they're going to be right about everything. They have projected themselves to everybody within their circle that they were the one that was wronged. So the minute that anything goes on wrong with them is automatically tied to the other person, whether they had anything to do with it or not. This is all part of the victim mentality. Every time they get involved in something and it comes out negatively, it's always the person's fault, the other person's fault. They could be nowhere near it, don't know anything about it, don't have anything to do with it, but some way or another, all of a sudden it's Deanna's fault. Deanna didn't even know anything that was going on in that particular situation, but all of a sudden, break a nail, it's Deanna's fault. Deanna made a mistake 20 years ago, has apologized for it, but then you're in this mindset that, oh, you did me wrong, so in my eyes, you're always going to be wrong. And from now on, anytime I have an unfortunate incident, it's going to be Deanna's fault, no matter what. Now, y'all tell me how sick and twisted that shit is. But right now, somebody's got someone in their family just like that. I stated before, we all make mistakes. And the purpose of me being on this channel is not to glorify myself or anything else, because the Creator has already given me grace and glory. Has already given me that. So I don't need 16 or 17 or 20 or 50,000 people, however many people, to tell me that I've got grace and glory. I've got that. But what I do need is for you guys to spread the message. Spread the message. Because this spirit thing has gotten out of control, and we've gotten to the point in this world where we don't even account for a spiritual relationship anymore. It's gotten into our churches and temples to the point where they don't even teach spiritual enrichment anymore. Most of them are teaching financial and material enrichment now. It says in many scriptures that this is a battle against spirits, not material power. That's low vibrational. You think fighting a man or an industry or a group of people is it? No, we're talking about spirits here. We're talking about good versus evil. The rubber has met the road in the spirit realm. And some of us have got to pick up a weapon and fight. So back to the situation here, I'm kind of going through the list a little bit, and I'm thinking to myself, well, why is he subscribed to me if he can't stand me? Why is she subscribed to me when she don't want to talk to me? Why are they following me or joining my lives if they really do not like me? That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to tell you from a common sense point of view, people. If there's someone in my life that has done me wrong and has not tried to rectify the wrong by saying I apologize or anything like that, have not tried to rectify the wrong, you think I'm going to follow their social media page? You think I'm going to ask about their whereabouts? You think I'm going to care what happens to them? I'm not going to care. I thought it was just common sense in human nature. Why? That's like eating poison when you know it's poison. Why would you follow something or show interest in something that is not that you perceive that is not good for you? As I stated before, I'm talking about the people who are still living in the bullshit and don't care. But you're choosing to follow them around. Those are self-defeating behaviors. That's masochism. You live for suffering. What are you doing? Why are you wasting your energy on something you don't care about? I mean, maybe you guys can kind of put it in the comments. I don't know. But I mean, it's a form of a demon in my light. I believe that's a form of a demon because that's confusing. I don't like Brussels sprouts. I don't care if you roast them and put the fancy cheese on them and everything else. I've tried all that stuff. I don't like Brussels sprouts. It doesn't make Brussels sprouts bad as a whole. I just particularly don't like them. So when I go grocery shopping, I don't buy Brussels sprouts. It's the same concept. And the reason why I don't buy Brussels sprouts is because I don't want them. I don't like the taste of them. I don't want the smell of them around. I don't want them around me. But I'm going to take my hard-earned money and spend money and take my gas, go to the grocery store and go in and take my time and buy something I do not like. And that's what people who subscribe and follow these social media outlets, knowing they can't deal with these people, are doing the same damn thing. It's the same analogy. Tell me how normal that is, please, because in the comments, I'm trying to figure out the normalcy in this. If I don't like something, I leave it alone. And the only thing that I can think of, the reason why they're doing this is because maybe they weren't so much the victim in the first place. Maybe they weren't as wrong as they wanted others to perceive them to be. Maybe they realized, you know what, it wasn't totally her fault. But I told everybody it was totally her fault. Maybe they're afraid that you're going to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, because you were the only one who knew. That's the only thing that I can think of. There's got to be a level of fear involved. Maybe they're afraid that you've got something on them. Maybe. Because I can't think of any other plausible explanation. Maybe if it's bothering you that much, maybe you need to purge yourself of that situation. First of all, if you have been deceiving other people to believe that you have been a victim when you know you've had a role in the act in the first place, maybe you need to come to terms with that shit first. Okay? And then after you do that, develop a closer relationship with your spirit guide, your higher power. Find out what your purpose in life is and live in it. Because this is really twisted. And it's a common complaint with a lot of creators. I watch the videos, people that I subscribe to, and every now and then they have to do a response video about people that they know for a fact it can't stand them, but that are constantly paying attention to them. Brussels sprouts, okay? Peace to you all.